So 3 words that I would use to describe Indecent was that it was interesting, new, and real. And I thought that the genre was drama because there was a lot of serious undertones throughout the play, but it left us with an ambiguous ending with the ashes and the rainfall scene of the kiss, and it was like a big lead up throughout the whole play, and there's a lot of emphasis put onto it. So I just thought that the ambiguous ending definitely led it to be a drama. And as for the style used in Indecent, I thought it was heightened realism because like there was moments that were a little bit more heightened than the actual real world would be, but it was definitely clear that there were things that would happen in the real world. And I would also say it's theatricalism because like it was very obvious that you were watching a play, but it was also things that could again happen in real life. And I thought the cast worked very well as an ensemble because the relationships between characters were made very early on, and it was very like projected well, and there was no issues between characters. And one specific staging moment that I enjoyed was that when Max Gordon Moore was reading his playwright for the first time to all the other men in the circle, they were lined up in chairs, and he stood up against the men that were saying that this play will not be good, and that it's bashing Jewish culture, and that the Jews should not be looked at as whores and other things. They didn't want their culture to be projected in that light, and he still believed in it, and he went to Berlin instead. I thought that really showed the bravery of his character and how he went and he still succeeded. And for one actor, I thought Katarina Link's portrayal was excellent. And when the rain kiss scene was talking about being cut when the play went on to Broadway, because they didn't think that people would appreciate it, and their children, they wouldn't want them going back on the train and saying like, how come two girls were kissing, and she like stuck up for that being like the essence of the whole play. I thought that really made her into a strong female lead, and it just showed that she was in the play to be in the play for everything that it was and wanted it to stay true to its essence as she thought it should be. And she used her voice in a very projecting manner to show that she really wanted to be in the scene, and she thought it was something that the play deserved. And my reaction was just that her character was perfectly portrayed, and it made her into one of my favorite actors for the play. And one designer, I just noticed that the whole time it was more of a dark undertone which fit the theme, the genre of the drama, and there was no bright or crazy colored lights which fit the tone of realism, because like it was seen like it was a real world circumstance. And I liked how like topics like same-sex relationships were like just real, and they weren't like dramatized in a way like as if it was happening on a normal thing. And I thought that the playmakers definitely hung together in the same world because they all had the same ideas and same undertones. And after considering this experience more deeply, I thought that the playmakers just wanted us to feel that like the Jewish culture was could be broadcasted in the way that the playwright wanted it to be. And even though like the play like wasn't stereotypical for what they originally thought it lended out to be, like it still made it to Broadway and things like that. So they still did a great job, and you could still get places without it being how the norm tells you it should be. And for my finish, I just thought that this show was very interesting because I thought it put an emphasis on culture, and I thought it put an emphasis on how there was like some of the characters, they had to be American because they tried to make it more Americanized, but they still want to stay true to their Jewish culture, and they just had to make decisions to try to be conforming towards American culture. But I feel like they shouldn't have done that in certain situations because the Jewish culture is wonderful, but I thought the play was excellent.